We are a week into this NBA season, and I just want to sit down and talk about some of the things I've noticed, some of the things I've liked, some of the things I haven't liked so far to start the year. Um, this NBA season's been fun to start. The first NBA opener without LeBron James in a long time, and I'm still entertained. A lot of people they seem to be still entertained. Um, I think I'm gonna start off by talking about the Dallas Mavericks. That is my current favorite team. I'm a Kyrie Irving fan. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm from Jersey. I'm not a team fan. I'm not a Brooklyn Nets fan. I'm a Kyrie Irving fan. I do like the Brooklyn Nets though. I just like good basketball, and Kyrie to me is the purest form of that. But I'm watching all the Texas teams. But let's start with my Mavericks. We are the worst offense in the league, while also being a bottom five defense in the league. I don't know if we're the worst. I don't remember checking that. The first two games of the season were a struggle. And this most recent game we just played was also a struggle defensively. We played bad against the Raptors defensively, but we came out into the dub. Thing I like about the Mavericks is Cooper Flag looks good he's getting better every single game. You saw that first game, he saw a ghost out there. Second game, he gave a solid production. I think he had 18 points against the Wizards. Like he played a really good game. Got us back into it in the fourth, especially. And then in this last game against Toronto, he puts up 22 points. He hits 2 threes. No turnovers. That was the biggest thing I saw from Cooper Flag this week was 0 turnovers. And I think he's going to continue to keep getting better. A lot of people said he's going to average like 13 points a game. I always thought that was pretty stupid. A team that's not going to have Kyrie Irving, he's going to have to be that second scoring option behind Anthony Davis. There's no way we're going to win any games with him averaging only 13 points a game. But that's enough talk for the Mavericks. Anything else I want to say? We need to play Derek Lively more minutes. Next, let's talk about I have a few notes. Let's talk about this MVP race. So in my opinion, the MVPs right now, it's like a 4-person race at the moment. It's Giannis, it's Wemby, Shea, and Luka's obviously gonna be out for the next week, but Luka as well. But it's really to me between Giannis and Wemby because of the projections to start the season. Some people thought that Giannis was going to be able to carry this Bucks team to the top of the Eastern Conference, and they said he would win MVP if he did that. And right now, the Bucks are at the top of the Eastern Conference. Giannis is unstoppable, averaging 16 rebounds a game, like 34 points a game, elite efficiency. Like it's pretty unreal. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully, he can stay healthy. Cole Anthony just had a really good game. I'm still not a fan of Kevin Porter Jr., but he's hurt right now, so that's kind of redundant. And Miles Turner, I think he's second in blocks behind Wemby. As for the Spurs, they're just Wemby. Wemby looks almost flawless out there. He has it almost is like I think he is the definition of being unguardable. The only way to guard Wemby, and from what I'm seeing these first 3 games, it's like damn near you have to damn near foul him to make sure he doesn't get in the paint. You have to just make him shoot jumpers, to be honest, because once he gets near that paint, that his touch around the rim is he's 7'5" and he has elite touch around the rim as well, to where he can kiss it off the glass if he can't body you back down there on the fadeaway that you can't contest. Yeah, it's pretty insane. I'm gonna be watching a lot of Wembanyama. He's averaging 6 blocks a game through 3 games. Most stocks in the league. Second in stocks though, Stephen Curry, 4 blocks so far this season. Saw that. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, those are my top 2 in MVP. Shea is also up there. The Thunder are 3-0. No J-Dub. He's had a 40-point game, I think against the Mavericks. Dropped 55 against the Pacers, and he just had 30. Yeah, it seems at the top of the conference. It's nothing new. Shea isn't doing anything new. He's not doing like Giannis is a new situation. Vic, he was hurt last year, just came back. Yeah, Shea, we know this about Shea. And as for Luka, yeah, he just had an elite performance, dropping like 28 points in the first quarter. It sucks to see that he's hurt, but that's the biggest thing that I have holding him back this season is he going to be able to carry that load throughout the entire course of the season without LeBron James for the next 1 to 2 months maybe. One thing about Luka, he's gonna have games played every year. He didn't have them last year, but he's gonna have games played. But he's gonna be playing through injury a lot. That year with the Mavs where they went to the conference finals, he was playing through calf injuries, he was playing through knee injuries, and he was still performing incredibly well. That season, I believe he should have won MVP over Nikola Jokic. You could argue it a wall. But I think Lakers fans have the right to be excited. I still don't like DeAndre Ayton, even though he had a 20 and 15 rebound game against the Kings. If you watch that game, he should have had like damn near 45 points. Like it was pretty. He missed so many bunnies off mismatches. He loves that short roll and the pick and roll. It's just you have Domantas Sabonis down there, and you're fucking. Everybody says it, bro. He's built like a tank. You have Domantas Sabonis down there. Get 2 feet in the paint and get over him and make that bucket. Um, Might as well get into that game next. Austin Reeves 51 points against the Sacramento Kings. Some notes I have for this game. Zach LaVine he's an elite scorer in this league, averaging 30 points a game so far this season, shooting the ball efficient from three, efficient from the field. It's just I don't know if he can ever be a number one option because all he's really good at is scoring. His defense is pretty subpar, and his playmaking, he can make passes obviously, but he's not looked at to play make. But I think not DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine he might be an all-star this year, especially in Sacramento. And if the Kings want to win games, they have to do a better job of getting DeMar in his spots. In that second quarter to start the game, DeMar went on a flurry of they gave him the ball in the high post. He turned around, face up, cash. Another one, gave him the ball in the high post, turn around, face up, and one. Like, just give him the ball in his spots. But it seemed like they didn't do that much the rest of the game. It was a lot of him getting the ball out on the perimeter and then trying to get to his spots on his own, or him sitting in the corner. He took 6 corner threes this game, made 2 of them. My biggest thing is that DeMar DeRozan and Zach, you're a team that should be a high offense with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine and be a pretty bad defense, and you have Sabonis. But my thing is, if you want DeMar DeRozan to succeed, he obviously does better when he gets the ball in his spots. Just make it easier for him. Because they were able to run a lineup out there with Sabonis, DeMar, and Russell Westbrook, all non-factors beyond the three-point line, and they went on a run to come back in that game against the Lakers. What are some other notes I have here? Russ had a really good second quarter. He hit like 4 threes that game. Bad fouls in the third. Bad fourth quarter from DeMar. Schroeder had 18 and 12 last night, but was a minus 16 in a close game, a game that came down to free throws at the end. So that was interesting. It was his defense from what I watched. He didn't turn the ball over either. I think he only had like 2 turnovers, but his defense was atrocious, especially late in the game, atrocious. But that's what's to expect with the Kings. Now let's get into Austin Reeves' actual 55 points. And we're going to also combine this conversation with Shai's 55 points. Austin Reeves had 51, I'm sorry. Shai had 55. And let's talk about these free throws. Shai, I think, shot like 26 free throws in his 55-point game that went to double overtime. Austin Reeves shot 22 free throws in regulation. So the thing, obviously, foul baiting has been a pretty big talking point this season. In my opinion, it ruins the purity of the game of basketball. But I'm not at the point where I'm like, ban this, ban that. Bro, they're fouling him. Honestly, the Kings had so many stupid fouls in that third quarter. They had 2 fouls while the Lakers were in the bonus, and Austin Reeves is in the backcourt bringing the ball up, and they're fouling him. They did it twice. Yeah, I just think that these players, like, that's what makes Shai one of the more unguardable players in the league, is because he's either going to make or miss the mid-range jumper, or he's going to make you foul him. Like, it's if you want to be a guard in this league and average over 30 points a game, you have to get to the free throw line. And I think it's just going to be something we deal with certain players like Shai, and Austin Reeves is apparently being one of that players. We saw it last year, and we saw it the year before, and people are questioning it. I seen a tweet about DeMar DeRozan was left like puzzled how Austin Reeves shot 22 free throws. I think he's been known as a guy who can get to the free throw line. I think he's one of the better combo guards in the league, one of the more underrated combo guards we have in our league. And I just on the whole free throw topic, let's go to OKC. The biggest thing I see with OKC is that because they're such a good defense in history, like last season and the season before that, they've always been top of the league in defense. They get away with a lot more calls, especially Lu Dort. We see it on the court. Lu Dort plays very physical defense, and it can get frustrating for opposing teams when they're not allowed to play physical defense. Oh, I'm getting a text message. When they're not allowed to play that same physical defense that he's playing toward them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's really all I have to say about the foul bait and shit. I'm not gonna lie. It just I'd rather not watch it. Like it's kind of boring to watch. But there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like guys are not fouling them. Like if they didn't foul him, you can challenge the call at the end of the day. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's kind of an ugly way to watch the game. But Shea, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think Shea is one of the more unguardable players in this NBA. It's pretty nuts. That and one thing I want another thing I want to talk about with Shea. People are calling that elbow push a foul, or you never play basketball in your life. Shea is just using the defender momentum against him. A foul is if he bumps that elbow out. If you're trying to stop him once he gets that left hand drive and he's able to bump you off your spot, he's doing it at the right time to where your momentum isn't gonna give you enough time to come back and contest his jumper. That's why it's so elite. The biggest thing you have to do is just not let him go left. But he's such an elite player that it's not like you're not gonna stop Shea. But to me, teams need to force him right as much as they can. That left side dribble pull up is too elite. Some other things around the league. Luka's gonna be out for a week with 2 injuries. Sucks for the Lakers. Good for my Mavericks. Hopefully we keep winning games while they keep falling, even though they just won. The Charlotte Hornets are very fun. That's one note I have. LaMelo Ball, he's on my fantasy team. He's averaging damn near a 30-point triple-double right now. He's 5th in three-pointers made per game. He's 3rd in assists, I think. And I seen an interview he did, a post-game interview last night after dropping that 38-point game, where he was asked what was his favorite stat about the game, and he said the win. And that's the one thing people want to see from LaMelo Ball is that maturity. Can he win you games? He's obviously his ceiling is number one option in this league, but they want to know if he can win games. If his maturity is the biggest thing. Colin Sexton had a good game. He dropped 20 points that game. Kalkbrenner looks good, of course, and Musa Diabate, man, he's like a 0 on offense, but a 100 on the rebounds. Like it's crazy. The Detroit Pistons have been a fun team. Asara Thompson is having a really good start to the year. Cade Cunningham, he's not having crazy scoring numbers, but he's getting his teammates involved. He's rebounding the basketball well. They're playing good defense. That him and Duren pick and roll looks good. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing out of Detroit. A few things I want to get into. The Houston Rockets, they're 0-2, but I think they're gonna be fine. It's mainly their turnovers that's fucking with them. And Tari Eason looks bad. He looks bad to start the year. Hopefully he can turn it around. I was talking to my friend about this. He thinks that Tari Eason is going to be able to turn it around. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully he can. It's only been 2 games. But yeah, turnovers are a big thing. Jabari Smith Jr., hopefully he can be more efficient. He's taking a lot of tough shots this year, but he's playing a lot of games. And a lot of people are high on Jabari Smith Jr., including myself. So I hope he can reach those expectations that we have on him. Another thing I want to talk about, what the fuck is going on in Atlanta? This is a team that people were high on, me, myself included. I did a standings list, and I had them, I think, as the 4th seed out east. They're the 2nd worst offense in the league behind just the Dallas Mavericks, and they have Trae Young. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks got Anthony Davis. They got Trae Young, and Jalen Johnson, and a game of Kristaps Porzingis. But this team, nobody can score the ball efficiently. Jalen Johnson is probably their most efficient player, him and Onyeka, I guess. But Jalen Johnson, he doesn't shoot the 3 ball well this year. He's doing everything else. So Trae Young is shooting the ball terribly. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is shooting the ball terribly. Jalen Johnson is averaging a lot of turnovers. That's the biggest thing. He's averaging like 17 a game and good rebounds, good assists, but he's leading his team in turnovers, which isn't something you want to see from a guy that isn't going to be Trae Young. Zach in his first game back looked good, so hopefully he can continue that. And Dyson Daniels, man, like what did he work on offense this year? He's still, a very handsy defender. Hands going to be in the passing lanes. He's still going to get his steals. He got a couple blocks too. But offensively is where they're going to need him to take that next step. At least the catch and shoot 3, something, man. They need something to help out. Again, it's only the start of the year, so hopefully this offense can turn around. I think Trae Young will be able to get his efficiency up once he gets the wind back under him. But yeah, the Hawks are a team I was excited about, and they haven't been exciting so far. What's something else we can talk about? Cedric Coward. Man, through 3 games, a rookie who was supposed to be on Duke this season, my Duke Blue Devils, 7'2" wingspan, and he's just elite efficient. I'm not gonna lie. he might be the savior of this Memphis Grizzlies season. I had the Memphis Grizzlies barely making the play in this year, I think, or just outside of it. Actually, I have my notes right here, so I can just take a look. Yeah, I had the Grizzlies 10th. But Cedric Howard, if he can stay healthy and continue playing like this, the way the West is looking, man, is kind of wide open. Other than the top two, I think San Antonio might run away with shit. Let's talk about the Spurs too. I don't even have them in my notes. Dylan Harper looks great. Stephon Castle looks great for his year two. He's making all the right plays. Devin Vassell is very efficient, a lot more efficient through these 3 games than I thought he would be. Luke Cornett has been a great backup big for them. I think Keldon Johnson is probably the guy that surprised me the most. You look at a guy 2 years ago averaging damn near 20 points a game, and this year he's kind of like in that like Nuggets Russell Westbrook role, super high energy, but he's actually playing great defense. He's rebounding the ball, crashing the offensive boards, putting it back up, flexing. Like, he's just getting paint touches. I think if you look at his shot chart, bro, all his made shots are going to be right there in the restricted area because he's just getting the rebound and putting it right back up and finishing through contact. 6'5" power forward shit. Some Josh Hart shit for sure. So, yeah, I like the Spurs a lot. I like what they're doing with Keldon Johnson. I really like how he's playing. Now, I want to see if there's anything else I've missed that I want to talk about. Kawhi, he looks good against the Portland Trailblazers. Hopefully he's back to form this year. And I want to know, is this Sam Merrill? I haven't watched any Cavaliers games this year. I'm not going to lie. I just haven't had the time. Sam Merrill is, I think it's at 4th in the league in three-pointers made. And he's shooting them over 50%. He's shooting 9 threes a game. Not over 9 threes a game, making damn near 5 to 6 of them a game. Like, I just want to know if this is Sam Merrill. That shit made me pick him up in fantasy. I hope this is him. Shit, because not gonna lie, man, if he's gonna be right so far through the year, he's been one of the better shooters we've had in this league. This season, of course. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. What else do I want to talk about? The Warriors, I like the Warriors. They look a lot better than I thought they would. Steph Curry's been hooping. He's second in stocks, like I said before, while also averaging 30-plus points a game, like 3rd in three-pointers made. He's been incredible. Devin Booker looks good despite the Suns keep losing. He's turning the ball over a lot. I like Dylan Brooks out there too. What else have I noticed around the league? I just don't want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Keyshawn George looks a lot better than I thought he would. He's averaging, I think he's 5th in the league in assists, averaging 8 a game. He just recently had an 18-10 game. Like, the Jazz look good, and hopefully Walker Kessler can get up out of there. But he had a game the other day where he took 1 shot and played like 30-plus minutes. I don't even know what's going on over there. But, yeah, waiting for Ace Bailey to make a pop and Keyshawn George for MIP. I will see y'all later.